Why are the father-in-laws usually not in the equation? It's always about women, women, women. They want to go to their parents' house. They want to see what they are doing. Are you taking care of your baby? Did you brush your baby's teeth? Oh, is it clean? Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laraddiji. If you're watching for the first time, you're most welcome to this family. You're very welcome to this family. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you've been inspired from what you hear today. It's all about living in peace. This is one of the four sections of my channel, so feel free to explore the other sections after this video. There's tons of information that might speak to you. Today, I'll be talking about the relationships we have with our mother-in-laws and Mother Nature. Okay? Let's get to it. Have you ever thought about this? As a married man or woman, would you let your mother-in-law live with you, or maybe let her be a guest for more than a couple of days? Why or why not? So, if you're married, I'm sure you've had an instance where, this was an issue. What went through your mind? Let's imagine this. Your mother-in-law came for a visit and she decided to stay for a couple of days or weeks. But she saw you guys arguing about something, something very big, like maybe finances, or maybe something like child care, or maybe, just preparing food. So what actually happened was my mom and I were discussing, were having a conversation regarding staying with me and my family whenever we bought a house or after she retires, so that she can help me with, my kids. I have twins and I have a little boy. So I was asking her, instead of me hiring an outsider, maybe she can help me. So she said she would rather stay with her sons instead, because she would feel more comfortable. The reason being, one, she said she gave birth to them. Oh, she didn't give birth to me, right? So she would have more say in their house than mine. And two, they're men and they are the head of the house, and they will honor her as their mother and be on her side on some issues in marriage. Yeah, that's what So anytime we had guests over at my house, I started bringing this topic up to get other people's opinion, so that I could gauge my way of thinking. It turns out I wasn't wrong in thinking my mom would be best to stay at my place than my brothers. Hello? Is that what you're thinking too? So these are some of the questions that I asked myself after the conversation was over, and I hope I can get some insight from you guys as well. So regardless of whose house the mother-in-law is in, daughter or son, is she allowed to interfere? Is there any case where she can interfere? Like, really? Are there situations where mother-in-laws can and cannot interfere in children's homes? The third one, depending on how long you've been married, how do you deal with privacy issues with your mother-in-law? Can she come in your house? Oh, I just saw this movie, Bad Moms Christmas. I can't remember the name. Watch it. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Who can set them and who maintains them? 5, would you even agree to let your mother-in-law stay with you for more than a couple of days? I'm asking you guys. Okay, 6, apart from childcare, what can your mom or mother-in-law help you out with? Is it cooking or cleaning or kids? I think kids. 7, what have your experiences been so far with your mother-in-law living with you? Good or bad? Okay. Please comment below. What can you do as a husband or wife to be in good graces, with your mother-in-law? Definitely be yourself and do your best. All right, second to last. Why are the father-in-laws usually not in the equation? It's always about women, women, women. They want to go to their parents' house. They want to see what they are doing. Are you taking care of your baby? Did you brush your baby's teeth? Oh, is it clean? Last one. What advice will your seasoned wives give the newbie wives regarding mother-in-laws? I remember when I was living with my grandmother, my uncle and his family, they were also living in the family house at the time. This was when I was living with my grandmother. And, they were living in a family house, but they were in a different apartment. I feel like there was always tension between my uncle's wife and my grandmother. I don't want to believe that, she was doing it on purpose, but I know she was probably being overprotective of her son. But why? He's old enough to make his own decisions, right? That's what you would think, So she'll say, it's not hot enough, it's not cold enough, do it this way and not that way, just making simple situations difficult. But I don't remember any details really. Some mother-in-laws forget that there's a thin line, and a big difference between son and their married son. When men and women are not married, right, their mothers can sort of control them, when they're still living under their roof, that kind of thing. What I mean is, opinions can still weigh in heavily on some or most of the decisions they make. However, when they are married, their opinions or pronouncements, become advice. Now they are on their own. Their adult children can either take them or not. It therefore becomes imperative that parents should not impose or force, you shouldn't force your way on your adult kids. The Bible even says it. I did my research. Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. But some attached mothers don't want to leave their sons, and they become terror in their daughter-in-law's house by interfering even when they don't really mean to, I think. Why am I the voice for mother-in-laws? Anyway, to me, this should not and should never, be about who is being controlled and who's in control. If you be an assistant to the couple, then do just that. But please know your boundaries, right? To mother-in-laws and future mother-in-laws, if you are at your married children's house as a guest, please be a guest, all right? Don't be a judge. Don't be Judge Judy in your parents' house, all right? On how they should run their lives. In unpalatable situations, speak to your party, that's, your child. And in private, not in front of the spouse. And with a lot of wisdom, you speak with your in-law. Unless you've been directly involved in a matter by the couple, please do not interfere. Another thing is that young men nowadays think they know it all in their marriage, but they're just getting by, right? We all need help. I need help. For you guys that are dating, courting, newlyweds, I call them marinated ones, and even the seasoned ones. We not only need Bible study in our churches, but I think we also need marriage study. All right, our home is a place where essential life begins. We learn too much from this place for it not to have good structure. Right? Some people don't have the skills to structure their homes, even if they really wanted to. So I feel like it is expected that when two people come together, that they'll just figure it out. Poof. And, they'll be perfect. But we all need help in figuring it out so that we don't drown. So I propose Married Anonymous, where couples can come together and ask questions and formulate plans for making their marriage last longer than, America that we are in, instead of finding easy ways out. But on a serious note, ultimately, communication, praying together, keeping an open mind, being forgiving, and being very patient usually solves all matter, right? The foundation, I feel, is always important in every important setup. And the foundation of a marriage is as important as the people who are in it. If your parents don't like your significant other from the beginning, you better ask them why. Because how can I put this? Because whatever the reason they have, Think on it, because your parents and your friends usually can see what you may not see when you are in love and you are blinded about your potential spouse. This usually can be a preset to how your in-laws will relate with you when you get married. If your parents, like your significant other from the beginning, or they're able to settle any differences from the get-go, then the relationship with the in-laws will be a positive one. To you guys out there still in the dating pool, remember these points and save yourself a lot of headache down the road. I hope I'll be a good mother-in-law to my children's spouses one day, and I hope you will too. God willing, my kids are not even in pre-K yet. I'm already thinking about being someone's mother-in-law. Anyway, let us remember that at the end of the day, right, there will be misunderstandings in the home, and there will be minor, arguments. It becomes imperative that we should, just try to understand each other more, and, also forgive easily. Don't take things too strongly. And let us respect ourselves as mothers and give our kids room to grow without judgment. Let's stop giving ourselves high blood pressure for no reason. God willing, we are on this earth for an average of 75 to 80 years, right? I wouldn't want to waste any of that precious time on things that wouldn't help me grow positively in some way. You do have a decision to make. If not now, maybe later. The ball is in your court. I want to thank you guys very much for staying with me to the end of this video. I hope you learned something today. So I'm going to end it here. That's all for now, you guys. If you're new to this channel, once again, my name is Laraddiji. Please ask questions if you have any. Maybe I'll be able to answer more some of the questions in the comment below. Also, you can like this video by giving it a thumbs up. And to get notified of newly posted videos, please don't wait. Just click that red button. Subscribe now. The next video will be about me getting to the end of my pregnancy last year. All right. I know some of you guys, some of you would like to hear this story. There's no exceptions to who can learn from this video. So do check it out. And also check out my suggested videos in the description box below. I'm hoping to read from you beautiful people very soon. Don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself. I will keep saying that. And remember to rest in peace. We all need to be living in peace. Peace. Stay blessed.
Oh, na, na, na. Good woman no day easy to find. Happiness your money cannot buy you. But if you find a special woman, so when you find a special woman,